Start on YouTube. Okay. Okay. That should be it. Uh, do, do, do. Alrighty. YouTube is live. TikTok is live. We are all alive. That's good. Okay. So as the title states, we are trying out the Dragon Cultist class today, which is mostly centered around lightning. I do have to question what we should name it. It is Dragon, so I suppose it's mandatory. Let's go with the Enchanted Remnant and hop straight in. Alrighty. The base spells of Lightning Channel, Lightning Spear, Honed Bolt. Lightning Spear is actually pretty good. Switch that for the Wondrous Physic, and okay. And here we go. And we start in Limgrave. Cast the Dragon Cultist, weapons of the Dragon Cultist, and our main room. Let's see what we get. Lightning Channel, Honed Bolt, Lightning Spear, Electrify Armament, and Electrocharge. So Electrocharge. Okay, so this class has an extra mechanic about it, being you build and use current. So for this, calls down lightning to charge the caster's body, while charged electric shocks will strike the area several times. Charging increases potency. Builds 2 current on initial cast and slowly builds current while active. We have Electrify Armament, which is the same base game ability, where you just add lightning damage to your right hand weapon. Lightning Spear, another base game. It's literally just summon a Lightning Spear and hurl it. Honed Bolt is striking from above, and Lightning Channel is a continuous cast. So hold to release a short burst range of lightning from the hand. Okay. So it's just... I can see that being pretty good. And that is a duplicate seal. Let's see. What weapons do I want to try? We have the Blades of the Prince. Those are like Smith's Script, but better? We'll also have the Draconic Epitaph path. That's the weapon we start with. Godwin's Crag Blades. Those are in... I think it was the Windham Catacombs. Glaive of the Ancients, found after defeating Sierra. We won't get there for a while. We also have the Dragon Great Claw, which is the Draconic Tree Sentinel. I'll be there for a fair bit. Dragon King's Cragblade, Placitus Axe, Bolt of Grand Sax, Lanedale, Veteran's Prosthesis, Nile, and we have the Dragon Cult Seal, also in Lanedale, and the Crest, which is in East Liurnia, on the Lightning Knight. Everything's up in Lanedale. Looks like getting to Altus will be the big thing. But we do have runes to go get. So the Shimmering Rune of Lightning is Morn Tunnel, which is, if I recall correctly, right here. So down to Weeping Peninsula we go. Alright. So yeah, I'll be attempting to use a mix of weapons and magic. I don't know if I'll get to. What do I play on? This is PC. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. The class in question is Dragon Cultist. Realistically, I should try to gather talismans and whatnot, but I can easily do that later. Alright. And through the bridge. I'm always not a fan of this bridge, since they changed it to have an explosive great bow instead of the regular one. But it is what it is. Rest at the Grace, because that's what we should do. One moment. Okay. There we go. I had to start something I'd missed before. And we continue on the way. I will make sure to grab the Memory Stone and all the 3 Sacred Tears while I'm here. It will definitely be useful. Also can't really forget the Golden Seed. I usually forget it when I'm here, and that tends to bite me in the butt. I do also need to craft the talisman. I've forgotten to do that. Alright. Let's go collect the Golden Seed. Should be just past this ruin. Honestly, none too hard to find. but I tend to forget about it as I don't usually go through Castle Morn. Alright. There's our golden seed. Now I go back for our memory stone. And then it'll be somewhat smooth sailing. Realistically, I would also... I wouldn't say I'd like to use summons, but I'm not against it. Because I typically play using summons, as that's how I generally play. Like, I know I'm not good, so... I just use whatever's available. Alright. The last one is in the pond. Now we can go collect the memory stone. And up the ladder we go. Memory stone. So now we can use Electrocharge. Because I don't know if I want to use Electrify Armament when I already have the ability to cover my weapon. Alright. And now we just jump right back down. Where was it? Here it is. And now we can sit and rest. Remnant crafting. So I cannot forget to get the blue do. Yeah, the armor just... I'm pretty sure it mostly boosts faith. You have faith by 1 and casting speed by 4. So assuming that's what all of it is. Faith by 2, casting by 8. Yep. Pretty basic. So let's go collect the 3 secret tiers. And then I will dive into Morn Tunnel. I will say, the auto pickup system in Convergence is absolutely amazing. Genuinely a lifesaver when it comes to trying to pick stuff up. Founder Stone, Sacred Tier, and we'll jump out over here. There should be... Remember it because there's a... Okay. There's the Spirit String. And we can jump down. And Upsy Daisy. Touch the Grace. I think I will go down here for the Heirloom Remnant. Because if I recall correctly, pretty sure there's a hidden room in one of these that contains a... Oh, here we are. And down we go. Into the rooms. There's our heirloom remnant. That's an instant increase in whatever stats we need. Now we'll go back up. Because we do need both of those sacred tears still. And there is a warding remnant by Sellen's spare body, which we will use for the HP regen talisman. Hello, Ender. Alright. Nice to see you join. Just working my way around the weeping peninsula for stuff. Spirit Spring? I am so sorry, Torrent. Alright. I'm realizing, is my model low? Okay, yeah. There we go. That was a bit lower than it used to be. Odd. Pretty sure I put it back where it was supposed to be, but... Okay. Golden centipedes. And our sacred tear. Now to the other church. Shouldn't be too hard. We also have the other draconic epitaph there, so we can technically power stance them if I wanted to. Not sure how smart that is, but there's always the option. Gather the lilies here, because sleep pots are incredibly useful. Alright. Now we'll just get to this church and collect the sacred tear and epitaph. Man. Alright, sacred tear. And the other epitaph. I can now dual stance the swords. The moveset isn't bad. I don't think it's a terribly good idea, though. Okay, come on. Alright. And down. Okay, off the horse. There we go. Okay. But... what the hell? That wasn't supposed to happen. And we got what we wanted from it. That's our 3 sacred tears. Our regen. And I suppose faith. Yeah, I know. It should already be charged, thankfully. Wait. Which is definitely thankful because it's constantly being finicky nowadays. But now, off we go to Morn Tunnel. Because it is time to get my hands on our second spell rune, which should include a buff, debuff, and I think it's Night Lightning Spear and Lightning Ball. So a bunch of fun stuff. Past the flowers we go. Alright. Yes, the flowers can try to attack. They're not gonna hit me. Down we go. Right. I swear, stuff just randomly dies. And now... Okay. It takes a bit more FP than I expected. Can I lock onto you? It does not hit. That sucks. Surely I can hit you guys. Oh, you're out of range. Come on. Okay. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. Cross the beam. That'll let us just continue on. If I recall, we just have to open a chest. But there are people like that here. Okay. Well, this one's gonna take a while. Why the heck did they put Lanedale Knights in here? May as well just speedrun this then. Goodbye. Okay, that should not have worked. Why did that work? I believe the entrance is past here? Yes. Okay. Why did that work? That feels a good chunk of damage. Okay, got him. Okay, let's just play this range thing. Okay, there we go. Rusted Aether, Shimmering Road Lightning, and a Combat Remnant. And we can pop this. Lightning Strike, Static Dragon Bolt Blessing, Lightning Orb, Static Charge, Knight's Lightning Spear. And this just gives us access to Morn. So now, let's change out the spells. Because we have our buff, our debuff, FP 35, that's a bit. Go Lightning Spear and Knight's Lightning Spear. Don't think we're ready to actually handle Castle Morn. Let's just open these doors and bolt. So if I recall correctly, the next spell rune is from Draconic Tree Sentinel. Which means... oh, I actually don't have enough arcane. We're gonna do the standard cheese. I think I need 1 point in arcane for it. Now, off we go to the Third Church of America, because that has the teleporter. There's also an enchanted remnant behind it, and I would like that. wonder what weapon I should use for this run. Because realistically, it works best if you use a combination of both. And I don't want to be stuck using the Draconic Epitaph the entire time. Grow me, please. But I don't know why you would ask that on TikTok. I'm not large on TikTok. Do not ask people for self-promo. It never works.
Could you help us out, Cully?
That is genuinely one of the truths of the streaming world. If you ask people, that it ain't ever gonna work. Alright. We have that grace. Let's grab. Better not die in down here again. A large somber stone, which isn't terribly amazing, but it saves me a fair amount of money. Actually, we need to go talk to... What's her name? Rodrika, that's what her name is. Why did I forget that? Alrighty. Touch Grace. And we'll just zoom in up. Alrighty. Should probably go after the crab, just because it tends to be the easiest early Erdtree teleporter boss that you can beat. Actually, no, what was I doing? Right, I was originally on my way to Caleb. Actually, no, do I even need it? Because realistically, I can just buy it from Turtle. Pretty sure that's the one the Turtle offers. Right? Wait to get into the marketplace on the Nintendo Switch Online. I don't know, I'm partial against it, because, well, Nintendo's kind of shooting themselves in the foot. I'll be perfectly honest there. And come on. Okay. I'm so sorry, Alexander.
I see it now. Humans all lose their way to the... Then there's nothing left to say, except... I am
just let me get on torrent. Okay. We can grab this. Honestly, going to the turtle might not be a bad idea. We can get our hands on the shield while I'm here.
Everyone is only to have their own. Did you know? It's quite a... You've been heading to entice
Alright.
well that, but I don't have. It's scared. I want to on nothing. Can you take the and it'll be glad.
Okay. And now we go to the round table. I forget why. Do I have to buy the Spirit Calling Bell? I think I do. Damn, I don't even have the roots for it. Getting another spell would be good, though. So we talked to Gideon twice.
It is sick. You, a housekeeper, remember your...
Rest of the table. And now we can steal the Sacred Tear. Okay, come on. There we go. I will take that. And we'll go rest at the table again. I'll give myself another blue. Back to Saints Bridge. And now we can go collect the Enchanted Revenant. We'll collect the Vulnerability Spell. Feel very on par with a Lightning Run to just collect it all.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again. I'm known as Heed my the village here and worse if you val.
You know there's skeletons behind you. If you're so concerned about those who live in death, they're coming. Alright. There is the Tibia Manor. So essentially has the one mandatory spell I use. That's what you meant. Death number 3? I should have get a death counter overlay, but I'm too lazy for that. Not like going fairly rocky of a start. Probably because I haven't gone power loaded like I normally do. Okay, there's the enchanted remnant. Now let's just go to the Church America. Because all one has to do there we go. Well, something just died behind me. Oh. This is the Dreadnought starting area? Interesting. What does the Dreadnought even focus on? Strength and endurance? Okay, so it's just a swing the weapon type class. It could always be worse. Alright. Grab the rune. Okay. Sacred Blade acquired. We'll happily take that, because I will likely have to kill a few death birds. Alright. Sacred Tear. And through the teleporter we go. Let's get the Grace with Garank. This guy's always kind of imposing. Alright. Now Blackblade Kindred, as he was moved, and down we go. Also another golden seed, so that's good. Should I try to cheese Grail? I feel like that kind of makes sense for the Dragon Cultist class, though I feel like it isn't particularly entertaining to try and do that. Then again, neither's any of the other. What? Huh. No idea what you imply by that, but okay. Right? Come here, Disney. because conversions patched it. That sucks. Would love the free 80,000 runes. I can still get Grail and the Knight's Cap, though. That's none too bad. And some toxic mushrooms and fake prickly flowers. Alright. Collect these runes. And of course our lovely Balderfin's Blessing. Alright. Don't have Kukris, so it might be a little difficult. Past time, nightfall. Alright. What the heck? Okay. Surely that works. There's no shot you got stuck. Oh. That works. When you press B while holding a duel, you're doing a dodgeball. Assuming that's about split text. In which case, that is good to know. Alright, more vigor. Okay, refuse to die easily. Alright. Up we go. Lena's Rise. And we have our Memory Stone. Travel back down. And up we go. Not going to deal with Fort Fairrock yet. Because I know there's a remnant in there. But at the same time, there's a certain spell from Flassie that I'd like to get my hands on. Yeah. I'm not even sure what gun I was using. Now that I think about it. Oh. Okay, fine. I'll let y'all fight it out for a second. I need some money anyway. And there comes Frail's Diva. Lower attack power and defense. If I can get 5k, okay, don't mind me third-partying everything. Okay, that's good. Now we go to the round table. And we will be able to buy... Like, realistically, I hope we can get the wolves. Nope, but we can get the lantern and the blood-stained dagger. Gotta remember to get the lantern, too. And now, we go back to Fort Feroth. We'll get Fest of the Grace. Remnant Crafting. Let's give me the Golden Scarab. Everything's on a theme, huh? Okay. Ash of War. Ashes of War. I can change the Ash of War on the Draconic Epitaph. Why is that a thing? Okay, let's do Bloodhound's Fifth Step in the Godslayer affinity. Now, Miss Mama Dragon is going to have some slight problems. Plus the Godslayer deals quite a bit of damage. Both are percentage based. Alright. Slowly chipping away at Mama Dragon. I wonder if we'll be able to see just how much HP she actually has. Honestly, chipping through her ridiculously fast. About time for a bleed as well. Over 100k. 120,000 or so? 123. So about 120,000 HP. Nice. Now let's get a bit more mind. And Crank Faith. Not that there's much left over to Crank Faith with, but okay. We'll just sit here for a moment. It's honestly kind of funny that the devs did this. They just made a place that's actually really handy for grinding. Although I wouldn't call it grinding. I'm actually come to think of it, what is the effect of our blessing? Reduce the FP cost of incantations by 15% and increase casting speed by 30. That's not bad. And third-partied, and I will be on my way. I need to get my hands... Okay, what do I want? I know I want Poison Mist. Might be easier to just go to the turtle. Because the turtle also puts us going through the path of the Lame Delve Knight, who gives us the ever so handy shield to boost our incantations. Which will be a nice little 10% damage boost. And we can also kill the crab while we're at it. Because I really need some tears in my physic. Okay. I love how that just slowly spawns in every single time. But all's well and good. And there's the troll. And we will go right on past. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, the golden leaves are falling. Never mind, they're not. I do wonder how the game does that. Is it only when the tree is glowing? I'm honestly not even sure when that can happen. But I suppose it would make sense if it can only happen when you actually see the tree. Yeah, I'm ready for Night Drain as well. It just sucks in my case because it comes out tomorrow, and I have to work tomorrow. Otherwise, I would absolutely be streaming it. Man, I hate that. I don't know why it happens with TikTok, but it's just like, people come in, they say one thing, and then they dip. They don't even elaborate on what they say. The attention span on TikTok is so bad. Okay, now we got sleep pots. Now we go. Nice and easy. And we get our essence, prowess, and elemental. So I believe we now get 10% lightning damage and regen. Or I can go more faith with that just in case. Lightning attacks by 10%, charged attacks. So that's essentially a 25% damage boost to Knight's Lightning Spear whenever we use it. Which I will say is not bad at all. Now, off we go to the Landau Knight. Because why not? Once we get that, we can actually switch incantations to the main hand. Actually, I should do that now. Golden Sunflowers could come in clutch. And there is a Tibia Mariner up here. But we're not worried about him. We're simply getting our shield and moving on by. I'm so used to casting with my offhand. But how resistant are these? Are you actually just unable to be slept? Come on. That was dumb. And now we got our 10%. That could definitely have been worse. I'm not grabbing that because it's part of the Aberrant spell class. I feel like that infuriates people when you just stare at an item and then don't pick it up. You can also do the same thing with chests, where you just run past an item so many times. And it just drives people slowly insane. I feel like that happens to several people. I know it happens to me. But that's purely because I usually watch a lot of Gino Machino, and he tends to only grab what he really needs when it comes to his needs. Okay. Goodbye, fire prelates. Thank you for the large somber stone. I will be on my way. I must pay a visit to the dog pope. Really good. praise dog.
I welcome. I am my apology. Do you know how it came? Well, the shatter it is by the matter, and so the Erd tree. Oh, well, you are free. I would so if you find, unless in which case.
Study incantations? And there's Poison Mist, which I believe we can use. Yes. Faith Arcane. Now, off we go. Because we are, in fact, able to enter Lanedell, so I should just make my way there. Believe there's a teleporter here. Yes. And because most key items were removed, we can go straight into Raya Lucaria. Touch Grace. In we go. Alright. Suppose we might as well grab this. And through the seal we go. Quad Hopper, Noir, and Blanc are the only two duels with 4 dodge rolls in total. Yeah, I have no idea all the specifics for it, but I'm sure I'll figure it all out in due time. Honestly, none too hard once you know what you're doing. Although then again, I suck at shooter games in general, so never been the best at those. I would unironically rather go by and speedrun Sekiro than hop into a single Valorant comp match. I genuinely do not like shooter games. There's our golden centipedes. And up we lift we shall go. It's honestly kind of funny, in my opinion, how with Convergence, you don't even pay attention to Godric until, like, that's weird graphics. You don't even go to market in Godric until, like, after you have 2 or 3 spell runes. Come to think of it, where are mine? It's Tree Sentinel, Lord Contender, so that's Vike, Fair Missoula, and Fog-Ripped Catacombs. So I have to beat the Draconic Tree Sentinel, Roundtable Vike, Sierra, and I think it's a Death Knight? I don't even remember. And we hoist Medallion. And up we go. Elden Ring movie is good, it better explain a good chunk of the past. Alright. And now we're in Altus. I don't have any crystal darts. Otherwise I would happily make those two golems fight. Which I feel like that's still a not too well-known thing, that you can use crystal darts. I was kidding. You did not need to cause me grief again. And there's a Knight's Cavalry. I will avoid you like the plague. Right. And we now have 2 Graces in Altus. I actually do want to go get the Blades of the Prince, because it's like the one Smith script weapon in Convergence that was done well. Okay, it's supposed to be... I'm trying to remember. It was in a caravan somewhere along here. If I jump up from the Spirit Spring, I should be able to find it. Should also grab the Amber Starlight Shard just in the event that I go deal with Celadus. Amber Starlight. Okay, so that's the way you're normally supposed to get in there. I can't believe I've never noticed that. But now we have it. If the stars command their fate, then amber-hued stars must command the fate of the gods. Such is the belief that inspired the use of these shards to prepare a most special drought. Cannot be consumed by mere humans. So for those who don't know, that is what Celadus sends you to fetch if you're doing his quest. He'll try to convince you, well, he will convince you, if you're doing the quest, to go get it and essentially try to... You will wind up feeding the drought to Ronnie, because he wants her as his puppet. On that note, I'd say he reflects a giant chunk of the Elden Ring player base back. I cannot talk today.
Oh, boy, you here as a customer.
Give me that bell bearing.
Alright.
And let's use the Spirit Spring. black knife. I am not fighting them. If I recall correctly, it should be here. What? Holy. Y'all got no chill. Okay, let's go back to the highway. But now, we have the Blades of the Prince, which cause Deathblade buildup. So it's like pretty standard. And then you get the throwing, which I can actually test out on a knight. Really dealing a good chunk of damage. Even if it... Buddy, do you not have a sword? Okay, you do. I respect you for not using it until the end. That was foolish, but respectable nonetheless. Alright. Into Langdale we go. Because Mr. Draconic Tree Sentinel is going to get poisoned. So it's kind of funny that they put all the archers on the path of the capital, but none of them can aim to save their life. They make stormtroopers look good. That's saying something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mosey along. Back to the door for you. And drop up on the left. Because of course, you can't have an empty stairwell in the capital. You need something to ruin your day. Under normal circumstances, I would usually fight Market here. But because for those who don't know, the enemy right there, it's just like a regular common noble. When you approach it, Margit takes over it. And then you have to fight him instead of the noble, which is pain but in Convergence he gives you the teleportation spell for faith. The Falling Star Beast gives you the teleportation spell for intelligence. You get the teleport, aka jump, from the ulcerated tree spirit that's in this camp, and you get the dexterity teleport from Mirage. Rise. Whatever it's called. I haven't done it enough times to know. Okay, no. Not playing with Banevaders. Y'all need to chill out. Right. Can't forget to do this. Need to go get this bell bearing and also put on Poison Mist before I forget that. Why did the golem shoot that far? Okay. Now fight the churn. Let's give me 6 red, 3 blue.
His custom well.
Acquire the bell bearing. Also activate my class robe. And memorize spell. Get lightning ball. And poison mist. And now we can go after him. Because once we deal with Tree Sentinel, we will have our next set of spells. And then we can find our way to Vike. And Vike honestly shouldn't be too bad. We have Knight's Lightning Spear, which is really good for NPCs. I wonder if I should get an arrow. I feel like for this I should get my tier 2 seal, the spells from Tree Sentinel, and potentially Vike? Because Vike is up in the mountaintops. It's not exactly a breeze to get to. Now you can technically just pass him and enter the capital. But Buddy Boy has our spells. So he is going to slowly die. Is it the greatest idea ever? No. Does it work? Absolutely. Which is usually the way this goes. Wonder how much damage we get from a full cast. Because I'd rather this not take forever, but at the end of the day, I will admit I suck at the game, so I will cheese what I have to cheese. We're at 1820. I'm actually gonna hit 2,000. Okay, this is actually a lot more than I expected from a single cast. I expected like 1,500 or so. Okay, 2366. That's not bad. Yeah, we're just gonna slowly whittle him down. Okay. Yeah, this definitely could be a fair bit faster, but all's well and good. Okay. Alrighty. And it's about time for another cast. Just gonna slowly whittle away. Yeah, I'll admit, not the most entertaining thing. But if it's what I have to do for my spells, then I will do that. I do genuinely dislike how TikTok is trying to convince. Like, literally part of the live chat is just encourage your viewers to send gifts and thank them for their support. Like, is TikTok Live supposed to be for beggars or something? Like, genuinely. I do have to question why that's a thing. It's just... I'm not a fan of that. And the attention span on TikTok is absolutely... absolutely abhorrent. Alright. Just about time for another cast. Could have gotten Rotten Mist to make this twice as fast, but all's well and good. Right. Honestly, I am getting tired of waiting. that was good. There we go. Dragon Great Claw, and Glowing Rune of Lightning. Ancient Hone Bolt, Ancient Lightning Stake, Ancient Lightning Beacon, and Electrocution. Which means we should... Alright, we'll take that off. I don't have any new... I can't even use most of these yet. Damn. 32 and 35. Ancient Lightning Stake and... Bolt. How much faith do I have right now? Oh. I'm one off. Okay, so enough for both of them. Sweet. Memorize. I don't think I want Lightning Ball. I will take not Electrocution. Ancient Lightning Beacon. Another hand touches the beacon. Like, what? The... What? Does charging it increase how far it goes? Oh, damn. That could be good for big bosses like Rykard. Or Blassie, actually. Get the tier 2 seal, take it all the way to plus 10. Spam that against Placidus Axe. Yeah, it's got a decent chunk of range. Alright. And now, the Great Claw Shield. Down you go. Let's try Ancient Lightning Stake. Well, that worked. Nice 500 damage. My good sir. You teleported. Alright. See you tomorrow, Ender. I shall struggle my way through the capital. Shouldn't be too bad of a struggle, to be honest. I know the capital fairly well. I also think I know where my seal is. I wonder, can I use... through the ground. Wait, any spells can serve as distractions. Okay, suppose I just kill this guy then. Okay, I got it. Run. Hello, bro. Yeah, I don't have an exclamation blurry setup. I don't have any commands, actually. Why did it go... Huh. Okay. Well, we now have my tier 2 seal. 35 faith. I am glad I got the extra faith. That gives me actually a fair bit more scaling off the bat. Should have an armor set to boost spells. Lane Devil Knight, Malformed Dragon, Death Knight, Priestess Heart. Where would the Scarab be? Scarab's probably over there. This is gonna be fun. I have to rush past everyone. That Crucible Knight is not going to be happy with me. Literally just took the seal and dipped. Oh! Yeah. Walk away, please. You almost just blasted me into next week. Back to your post. I'm just gonna lurk my way around. You saw nothing. Alright. Not fighting you, bud. You have more HP than the sentry that's normally here. Don't have anything defensive. Got poise, but that's it. This armor doesn't exactly have... What is my poise? 34. That is horrible. Let's just get through the capital. Actually, how do I get to the Scarab from here? No. Just leads me down back roads. That means I have to get to Seer for it. will pass on. Back to the rampart. Because from here, I'll end up changing the capital so one can just run to the lift. I won't say that I pity the gargoyle. It doesn't feel fair to it that they just have to sit there and stand guard. I won't say no if any of y'all want to fall in the pit. Thank you. Wait, I can actually use my horse here? The Acts of Epiphany? English is hard. Okay, give me this. Okay. There we go. I don't think I should go to where... Yeah, I don't think there would be anything up there. Because it's normally Melena's room. But I don't think there would be anything in there. Unless there's something for Fundamentalist, in which case I would rather save that for a Fundamentalist run. Right? Jump. I do have to wonder why there's all the Boulder militiamen here. I wonder if this is actually how, at least according to the game theories, I wonder if this is the path that the Black Knives used to get into the capital to assassinate Goth. If that was the case, then it would make sense why there's Knights Cavalry and the Boulder Militia here. As Morgoth would have made it so it was impossible for that to happen again. Hello. Okay. I thought this place was a safe zone. Clearly not. Alright. Let's grab our grace. It's actually kind of funny. Wait. Buddy. You're not supposed to be here. I haven't killed Yura. Now we can go get the Bell Baron. I don't actually remember if this is the smithing or somber. The smithing 3. Okay. Back to the main road I go. Alright. Let's go get the bike. So if I can just get to the church up in the mountaintops, and I should be good. Honestly, this would be a lot easier if I used the Earthtree teleporters, but I genuinely think I have a sketch. I tend to half the time, so... Alright. And we're going to be targeted by the Golem shortly. Yep, and he's ready. If I didn't know any better, I'd have to say work on your aim, buddy boy. Okay, there we go. Colossal. Pretty sure there was another one on a tree that I missed, but that'll be fine. Actually, where am I? Is it faster to use this? No, I don't think so. Alright. Now we're just gonna make our way to the Lord's Contender jail. Well, not entirely. We need to get to the church. It's actually surprisingly close. And you actually have to don't have to go like around the map to collect key items to move through it. It actually makes it fairly easy to just progress, especially for conversions. Oh, that's a Puku. There's supposed to be a Tibia Mariner somewhere. Never seen it, though. That's the church we're going for. And somewhere is Borealis. Because I'm just going to put a waypoint. And I'm going to go straight for it. And Borealis is going to inevitably show up. Because for some reason, they decided that, yes, this big empty lake needs a dragon. Yeah, we left him way back there. I feel like most dragons can just be avoided if you choose to. That's a somber stone miner. Oh, that's actually good. Because somber 3 should mean colossals? Now, the question is, do I have... Brother? Do I know you? Okay. Here we have greats. Okay. No, somehow that attitude is more than enough. Let's consume all the golden items. And get
You'll no matter how
egg to fix some stuff. I don't. Okay. Off to EG then. I would like better than a +1. Realistically, if I can get to +5 or 6, that would be marvelous. Okay, I was heading in essentially the right direction. That's perfect. That was 3 smithing stones. My general, it could have been worse. Alright. And we will just go right on past Smarag. Actually, there should be a scarab on this island. Saves me a little bit of money. Alright. And there should be a grace just up here. Alrighty. And now we'll just dine and dash on the giant shield. Because having attack power could be nice. There's a rune arc. Now, AG will be just up ahead. Though I say that like it's still not like a minute or two away. Honestly, trekking around the map isn't too bad. Alright. And now we just run through the ruins. There's no way in heck I'm fighting the Revenant.
I presume. Oh, I am an old so perhaps.
Purchase 1. Strengthen. That now got us up to +6. Honestly, could be a lot worse. Actually, how many runes do I have left over? A decent chunk. Might as well spend them before I fight Vike. Because he is going to roll me. That much I can guarantee. least for the first time. Honestly, just get to +7, because why not?
Well, I took you no matter lay out your own.
Oh, +8. Yeah. I don't think I grabbed any of the bell bearings I normally do. Might as well just buy several rooms. Now, off to the First Church of America. The Lord Contender Everjail should be just up here. Avoid that tree because I've seen people die on it. Give me jellyfish? Summon the jellyfish. It's honestly not too big of a hit. Drink my physic. Let's go. What? That was one shot. Oh, there's the upper jail. Oh dear. This one is going to take a while. Should I be getting vigor checked at 30 vigor? Terrified of letting me get close. Bro! This guy is infuriating. Into the Everjail again. This at least proves that that's better. I can't even care about the runes anymore. Not have recovered from that. Bro! Won't have the time to deal with you being a pain in my ass. Under normal circumstances, I would fight you normally, but I am streaming at the moment. So I am so sorry, Vike. But I am not sorry. Thank you. You are one of the most annoying NPCs. Okay. You have fingerprint armor, int and fey. Fire? You're a frenzy set? But you give the lightning. Okay. Ancient Lightning Strike, Ancient Lightning Spear, Vike's Dragon Bolt, Fortis Lightning Stick. Okay. Incantation that channels the power of the Ancient Dragon Fortis creates 2 red spears of red lightning and stabs them into the ground from above, one after the other. Each spear will burst into trails of lightning covering the area. Vike's Dragon Bolt. This is a buff. Increase all lightning damage you deal by 5%, reduce the FP cost of incantations by 25%, and increase casting speed by 30. Lasts for 3 minutes. It does not stack with Dragon Bolt Blessing. Okay. Ancient Lightning Spear. Okay, so this is just like the Ash of War on Bolt of Grand Sax. Ancient Lightning Strike. Summons a large bolt of red lightning that strikes foes from above in a large area. Okay. Wait, am I able to use any of them? No. Let's level up more faith. Status is at 43. Wait, is that enough? Oh, for all of them except Fortisax. Okay then. Let's change spells around. Because... Memorize spell. I want to replace Dragon Bolt Blessing. I'm not really going to use Electrocution, so... Ancient Lightning Spear. Okay. That fine? I hope. Replace the jellyfish with that. Use the Baldrican's Blessing. Let's imagine the wolves are considered a bit better than the jellyfish. Gives me a few fire pots. Touch Grace. Sit down so the dude doesn't target me. Alright. So, Baldrican's Blessing. Wolves. Physic. Dragon Bolt. And prep Static Charge. Stop jumping.
Thou art passing skillful. Warrior blood must run in thy veins.
Target. Ow! The dog got the kill. Sweet! A Relic Remnant, and a Memory Stone.
Tarnished, smoldering with thy Negan flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of the
I do not care, Margit. Alright, Remnant Crafting. And that is a free 5% lightning damage. Alright, I think I'm gonna call the stream here for today. Start ending everything one by one.